vlog where I tell you about what I'm reading today. Look at these beautiful flowers. They're starting to die and wilt. My friend gave them to me. Okay. We started off with a little arts and crafts session. I made my Bookoplathon board. I don't know how I came across this actually, but I did, and I thought I want to play too. So I guess some people are using it to do their TBRs for the month, but you know, I'm just going to roll it when I need to pick a book, which is right now. So let's just work out the state of play first, and then we can play Bookoplathon. Okay, I am in the middle of My Place. Patty and I are reading Death in the Clouds by Agatha Christie. I am reading Lucky Ticket with my mates for the readings prize. This is just short stories, so it's every now and then. And I am nowhere near in the middle of, but have started The Eighth Life. So they're the kind of ones that are on the go at the moment. I started this, but I'm DNFing it. It's not for me. I'm bailing in the bail box. Look, I should tell you why, shouldn't I? Sorry. Look, it's from the perspective of a young college student in America. I am a middle-aged mother of two in Australia, and it's just not a perspective that I can relate to or that I'm interested in learning about at this time in my life. So yeah, that goes there. So I do have, can you see this stack of, so I do have this stack of library books. So I want to kind of play Bookoplathon and hopefully pick my next sort of library book to read while I'm reading these guys. But who knows what I'm going to pick. I need a thing. I need a counter and I need a dice. Hang on a second. So I guess I'm going into Bookoplathon with an agenda, but I think that's okay, right? Okay, I put my little counter on go. And yeah, here we go. Oh, this is super fun. Oh, what did I get? A 4 and a 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A dark cover. Okay, so the ones that I need to read for the library are this or this. I think I'm going to go this because it's an easier read. Excellent. That just made my day. How simple. Put two of my favourite things together, books and board games, and I am a happy woman. This is going to make me read faster because I want to play that all the time. This is Longbourn. What is this? This is the perspective of the domestic workers in Elizabeth Bennet's house. Is that right? Okay, so yeah. I guess this is about the house servants and things in Georgian England houses from the perspective of Sarah. Okay. Okay, so this is the state of play for the week. There we go. We'll dip in and out of all of those, I am sure. Okay, I'll chat with you when I'm sitting reading. I'm in bed now. I'm all cozy under nice, freshly washed sheets. It's fab. I just looked on my library website. You can't see that. And all of those reservations have come in that I made. Oh, I've still got cream on my face. Sorry. All of those reservations that I made last night, I made a heap of library reservations have come in, but I'm going to try and stretch it out. Very excitingly, Hamnet has come in by Maggie O'Farrell. So I have so many books on the go. So I really need to get stuck into reading. We're at 8:30 on the dot. I have to try and stay awake until around 10:30, 11 so I can feed the lambs so they can get through the night, honestly. And no Danny on the other side of the bed. He's away. He normally does that feed. So I'm going to start Longbourn and hopefully it won't put me to sleep. Yeah, so I'll let you know how I go. Wish me luck to try and stay awake. My dog's barking. yeah, wish me luck to try and stay awake. The Tour de France is on at the moment, and that starts at 9:15. So I've got that excitement to come. So I figure I'm just going to read until that starts. See how I go. I thought these days of staying awake to feed babies were over, but no. I'll let you know. Oh, my glasses. That's the worst, when you get into bed and get all cozy and ready to read and your glasses are in the other room. Okay. Let's try that again. Pride and Prejudice, the servant story. There we go.
Need to like past it,
I made it to 10:30 feed with the lambs. I'll get up early and let them out in the morning. But my eyes were closing. I read about 20 pages, maybe 22 pages in Longbourn. And I'm happy to say that I've really enjoyed the start of this book. So I'm going to use it now to help me fall off to sleep. And I'll see you guys in the morning. I have a dilemma. I work on lots of different clients, and I just finished one client I've been working on all morning. It's now 1:15. I have to collect the children in maybe an hour and a bit. But I don't want to move on to a new client and get sucked into that when I could be reading Longbourn. I'm really into that, and I really am interested. Look, close the computer. Decision made. I knew you guys would help me with that decision. You guys are super solid friends when it comes to making sure that I ditch work and I read a book. Thanks. So nice to have you around. Right, I'm gonna read Longbourn for a bit. Why not? Hey, life's too short to work all the time. This is the crunch time, right? The kids are fed, they're sorted. My jobs are kind of done. And then I just lied down on this bed and started watching shit TV. And I just decided to turn on this camera and film with you to remind myself that shit TV hurts my brain and that reading lovely books makes me happy. So it's pretty much an easy decision. But for some reason, I always choose the shit TV. But not tonight. Okay. It's time to pretend it's raining and then I'm sitting in this beautiful library. It's actually really loud rain. And get serious about some reading. Had a shower, done all the things. Let's go. Let me just talk my way through this. So the premise of this book, Longbourn, I'm reading, is that it's from Sarah's point of view, who's a servant, and a a guy comes to start working there as a manservant, and there's a mystery that surrounds him, and obviously she has to unfold it. But the way that she's coming to the conclusion that this manservant is no good or is a mystery is really kind of, I don't know if tenuous is the right word. What does that word mean? No, I don't think it's tenuous. It's really kind of, it's just kind of like she woke up and he's a good guy and he does everything right, so something must be wrong with him. And she thinks she saw him walking from one direction, which means that he lied about where he came from. But like, it doesn't, like, those sort of things don't really have the basis for her to be so suspicious. So I think that there's this kind of rush of the author to try and set up this mystery, and to me it hasn't really been done very well. So that's annoying me a little bit. And yeah, I just wanted to record that. So she's just kind of confronted him, and, you know, he's closed down and he's not telling her anything. But, you know, we're 46 pages in. So I'm kind of thinking, like, maybe we could have just built up that this manservant came to be employed there, and he did some little things along the way that kind of made her, you know, like 100 pages of this stuff. Instead of like bam, 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 40 pages. He's really helpful. Does some of her work for her and helps out. He's really kind and answers all the questions, but he's suspicious. You know, like, it doesn't make much sense to me. So I just wanted to record that little thought, because I think that, yeah, the author was in a bit of a rush with that. But anyway, I'll keep reading for a while. That's kind of left a little bit of a sour taste in my mouth. So hopefully he starts to do some suspicious things for her to be suspicious of him, so that I can clear that out of my brain. So we'll see what the next chapter brings. Another thing I meant to mention was this is about the servants at Longbourn, which is Pride and Prejudice, right? With the Bennets. But, you know, like, I kind of know Pride and Prejudice. I read it a long time ago. It doesn't stick with me, whatever. I've never seen an adaptation. I've never seen Heathcliff in the flesh. Is it Heathcliff? No, that's Wuthering Heights. See? This is where we're at. So there's lots of long-winded passages about the landscape and the surrounds, or the house, or Mrs. Bennet's dressing room. Hey, baby. That I think the author is kind of alluding to some Pride and Prejudice-y things. You know, like, and maybe people that love that book or are in the know with that book would pick up on it. But for me, it's just like, oh, do we need to go through all of this? Because I'm not connected to Pride and Prejudice, the story. I don't know the inner workings of it at all. So, yeah, I just wanted to, it's not putting me off, you know, like, it's not making it hard for me to read. It's just, I think, oh, there could have been some editing in that, you know, thing in that paragraph. But I think that there's little things in here that people who really love Pride and Prejudice and know it well would pick up on and kind of get taken back to that book and remember the place where we're set. So yeah, those little things are kind of making me raise my eyebrows a bit. Just recording my thoughts. Right, you need to go to bed.
I need to get a blister out of my toe.
He needs to get a blister out of his toe. What could that mean? I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna say goodnight because I'm falling off to sleep. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for hanging out for the day. Good morning. It's early. I don't know what time. I'm reading this. I got to the end of volume 1 and I'm done. Yes. Look. I don't think this needs to be read with Pride and Prejudice, or it could be a story on its own, but the constant referencing to things that I didn't know about, that kind of put me on the back foot. And then the mystery building's just from the one-liners, or, you know, nothing would ever be the same. I'm like, why? What happened? You know, like, it's just really this bizarre kind of way of leaving the end of the chapters kind of meant to be on a cliffhanger, but nothing was built to provide the cliffhanger, if you know what I mean. We're just supposed to take that line as like, oh, what was that? When there was no building of it. So the story was jumping all over the place in between. I think the references to Pride and Prejudice were kind of thrown in there to kind of keep somebody who loved the book really interested, but it made the book chop and change too much for me. So I tried it, it wasn't for me. So I'm putting it down. Being quite decisive this Wednesday morning. So I get to play Bookoplathon again. Did I just DNF that book so I could move on the Bookoplathon board? Maybe. No, it just wasn't for me. I'm glad that I'm getting through all of these books on my want to read list, because that book has been on there for so long. I've always wondered about it. Now I can say what I know. So the state of play is these books. Let's see if we can roll something that can help us read these books. Okay. 3. 1, 2, 3. Ooh, light cover. What can I read? This is working well for me. I could finish My Place. I could read Lucky Ticket. Does that have a light colour, do you think? I read a few. I mean, that's light colour, isn't it? Yeah, it's all open to interpretation, isn't it? I need to read this to do the Readings Prize stuff, so yeah, I might get through a few stories in this and then we can roll again, because this is just kind of an ongoing thing. Okay, I read a couple of short stories in that, and that's sort of the max for me in terms of short story reading at a time, so I'm going to put it down. And that means we get to play Bookoplathon again. Oh, it's a busy morning this morning, isn't it? Okay, I'll spin you around. Okay, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Person of colour rep. Well, there we go. Everything's taking me back to this book. If you didn't see the last vlog, this is an autobiography from Sally Morgan about growing up in Perth. She's a First Nations author, so that fits perfectly. And I've read a little bit of it, so I might crack on. It just hadn't sucked me in completely when I was reading it before, so now I'll sit here and read some more and try and get sucked in completely. Hi team, it's late now. You've seen me early morning and now kind of late at night. I worked. Oh, I lay out in the sun today. It was amazing to feel the sun on my skin again. Oh, you know, that first time you get to lie in the sun out of winter, oh, it's life-changing. We ran some errands, bought Denny a Father's Day present, which was last weekend, so whoops. But anyway, we did it. And, oh, I made delicious udon noodle soup. It wasn't Japanese. It was a mixture of Japanese, Chinese, and Korean flavours, but delicious nonetheless. And now I've just landed on my couch in my reading room. It's my time now, and I'm ready to go to sleep. I do want to pick up a book though. I was reading this morning. After you saw me, I went back to bed and went back to sleep for a bit because I was up so early. So, but it's just not grabbing me. Not completely. Like I feel like getting really deep into something and this is not getting me there yet. I think I talked about that this morning. I could read The Eighth Life, couldn't I? Or I could play Bookoplathon again. I'm getting a little caught up in this game. Is this like my third roll for the day? Well, let's just do it just for a bit of fun. Yeah, okay, cool. Okay, here we go. 2. Poll pick. Oh, what does that mean? I think that doubles mean something as well. Hang on, we got to look up the rules. Poll pick. Select a few books and run a poll on your favourite social media. Oh, okay. I've never done that before. So that'll be fun. Okay. This is how do I do that? How do I run a poll? I have Instagram up. Can you see that? There's Jacqueline. Jacqueline would totally know how to run a poll. Do you do it in your stories? Right. What do I do here? Oh, hang on. I really need to... How to do a poll on Instagram. I mean, this is where we're at. I mean... this is hilarious. Create a story poll. Oh, to maximize the impact your story. Oh, I don't... Take a photo or create a background. Okay, and then we tap on the sticker icon and we select the poll option. Okay, leave it with me. What 2 books am I going to pick? This is a lot of work. People do this all the time, don't they? So I still have to pick 2 books. Okay, right. And then I've got to read the... Okay, right. Look, I'm trying to do it on my iPad and it's not working. So let me do it on the phone, and I film on my phone in case you haven't noticed because of the amazing quality. I'm going to choose between Stone Sky Gold Mountain, so I'll bring in a new one, or My Place. So people can tell me I should read. Okay. I'm so stressed about making a poll. I like my nice little corner where I don't do too many exciting things. Okay. I'll let you know how I go. This is crazy. Okay, I did it. There's the poll up. I don't really know what to do now. I don't know how to find out the results. I probably need to look that up too. But I need a shower and just like a chill out and calm down because holy smokes, that was stressful. People do this all the time, right? Maybe I need to get my Instagram game on better. Who knows? Anyway, thanks Bookoplathon for taking me right outside my comfort zone. Let's have a shower and then I'll work out how to find out what the hell the results are. If anybody actually votes. I mean, just put it out into the universe. Anyway, look, oh God. I feel so old right now. Let me go and have a shower and wash this stress away. How can I have had 2 babies naturally? No drugs, naturally gave birth to 2 human beings and have raised them and they're healthy, and putting a poll on Instagram stresses me out. What is going on? Growth comes from uncomfortable situations. Yes, indeed. Okay, it's just a poll on Instagram, for God's sakes. I'm going to shut up now. I'm going to have a shower. When I get out, we'll discover the results of the poll together. Thanks for helping me through this. Okay, I'm out of the shower. I'm not going to look at the poll just yet. That's a little too much for my brain to handle. So I'm going to pick up this guy and have a lovely read of this. I'm there. So I do need to put some time into this book. So I might do that now. That relaxes me and makes me smile. I have calmed down. Sorry about before. Morning. It's time to look at the poll. I haven't looked. And see whether I'm reading Stone Sky Gold Mountain or My Place. Let's see. Oh, okay. That's great. I didn't want to read My Place just yet. This is about Chinese immigrants into Australia who came in for the gold rush. I don't know what year it was set. Oh, there you go. 1877. Palmer River, North Queensland, Australia. So I hear it's a tearjerker, so I need to prepare myself for that. But yeah, I'm very interested in reading a Chinese immigrant perspective of that time, because the only thing I know about it is what white people have taught me in school. So there's that. Great, cool. I'm excited about that. Second read. I did read a bit of The Eighth Life last night, and then so each section is divided into different characters, and I finished a section last night, which was Christine's section, and it ended on a banger, like just, whew, like it just totally came out of the blue. It was so built up to this great point at the end. Like it's so well done. And yeah, I still didn't see it coming. Like it just is this most, it's a really involving book. It's really compelling and great. So yeah, I've moved on to the next person. So I'm going to read another book and take this opportunity before I get dragged into that next section. Because otherwise I'm just going to sit with that book until I finish it, which could be a very long time. It's really good. I really like it. Okay, let's start this and I'll let you know after my thoughts. I have my cup of tea, I've got my heater going. It's 5 AM. Let's get a good hour in before someone comes and tries to get me to do something for them. Okay. I'd just give you a rundown now that I know a little more. So we've met 3 characters, and each chapter is from a different perspective. We started off with Ying and her brother Liu, maybe. Her and her brother have fled China. Her father got them into gambling debts, and their other siblings were sold off, and so they fled to Australia. They're panning for gold, hoping to be able to pay back, return back to China, pay back the authorities, get their siblings out of slavery, and rescue their mother from wherever she's ended up. They don't know. So there's that. And then we meet Miriam, who's a white Australian girl who is now the housekeeper at a prostitute's house. And I guess they all live in the same gold mining town. And so we have the perspective of the poverty that the 2 Chinese kids, their kids, like 19 and something, the poverty that they're living in for the hope of finding gold, and the sort of there's the warden who, you know, gives them a license and checks their licenses and takes money for all different kinds of taxes. And then we have this white woman who's also ostracized from the community because she works at this prostitute's house. So I'm just a little way in, but I thought I'd just give you the rundown on what this book has started to be about. It's an interesting story, that's for sure. So yeah, I'm gonna keep reading. tea. I'm gonna have a quick read and then go back to work. Maybe. Just remember yesterday when I was, oh God, there's my washing pile. Remember yesterday when I was laying in the sun? It was, you know, the start of beautiful spring weather. Well, Mother Nature just decided to make a fool out of me. It's really cold. We're putting on the fire. It's crazy. Anyway, this happens every year, just when you think you're home free from winter, and it snaps up. But it's been a nice day to ditch work. I worked a fair bit today actually, but I've also read a fair bit. I'm nearly finished Stone Sky Gold Mountain, so that's very cool. But I thought I'd light the fire and get it really cozy. So I'll chat to you when I finish that book, which will be really soon. It's good. It's good to read a good story. Hi team, it's Friday now. I thought I'd just do a quick wrap up of what I did this week. Though you just watched it, really, didn't you? You watched my bale of The Idiot and you heard why. And then you watched my bale of Longbourn in a bit more of a drawn out version. And you know why. I finished Stone Sky Gold Mountain. Okay. Look, it's a short book and I think that's the problem. It's only 240 pages long. I didn't connect with the characters. And I think that's because it was such a short time to get to know them. Some really tragic things happen. And normally I am a mess. You've seen that happen before, but I wasn't moved at all. Not a tear was shed. And this was really full on stuff. So I kind of, yeah, it kind of had me at a distance all the time. And I don't know whether there just wasn't enough room in such a short book to really develop that. There are lots of thoughts and recaps back to China and about home. And even for the woman who was the housemaid for the prostitute, she had some thoughts about, you know, where she had come from, but nothing was really fleshed out to the point where I could really get behind their cause in a way. I mean, the description of the injustices that are faced are great and gave me a real insight into that time and a bit of what it was like from a Chinese immigrant's point of view. But yeah, I just didn't get emotionally connected, and it could just be me. It could just be where I'm at the moment, but it just didn't happen, which is a bit of a shame. It's a 3-star for me, just because I need to emotionally connect to the book, and I didn't with this guy. So yeah, but I'm glad I read it. This one was only published this year, so it was one of my anticipated ones to read. So I'm very excited, and it's a University of Queensland Press book, which I really love to get behind that publisher because I really like the stuff that comes out of there. But yeah, this one just could be me. Anyway, so I finished that, and then you saw my reluctance to pick up My Place. That's just an ongoing one. Oh, Paddy and I didn't read any Agatha this week. We'll have to rectify that. I have to drag him kicking and screaming at the moment to books. Teenage hormones are kicking in. And then you had my thoughts about this lovely book. I really am loving this. So yeah, that's what I'm in the middle of. But I need another one to distract me from having to read My Place. Look, when I say I don't want to read it, it's not because it's bad. It's really good. It's just not capturing me. Maybe there's something wrong with my book involvement at the moment. I don't know. But anyway, so we're going to end it off because this has been a very book-oplathon heavy vlog, and any chance I can get to move around that little board, I'm going to take it. So let's end this vlog with me doing another roll for Bookoplathon and picking my read for the weekend. Okay? Fun. Okay. 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, a standalone. Thank you, Bookoplathon dice. That means I can pick from my pile. And of course I'm going to pick this guy. Indian fiction. wanted to read this for ages. So that goes on my weekend pile. So that's the end of the vlog. Thanks for hanging out with me this week. I've got my weekend reading all set now. Thanks for playing Bookoplathon with me and having a bit of fun. Yeah, I guess we'll just chat in the next video. I hope you guys have had a great reading week as well. A decisive reading week. I feel like I've been quite decisive this week, which is good. I need to get through some books. Okay, I'll chat to you in the next video, whenever that may be. Bye.